নমস্কার, আমি অমৃতা বিদেশি বন্ধু অনুষ্ঠানে আপনাদের সবাইকে আবার স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি। আমাদের আজকের অনুষ্ঠানে আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছে এক বিশেষ অতিথি লরা মাইঙ্গা। লরা, we welcome you to our show.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for coming. Well, Laura, let me introduce a bit about you, and of course we'll be talking many more things, we'll be knowing many more things about your country, your experience in India. লরা হচ্ছে সাউথ ওয়েস্টার্ন পার্ট অফ আফ্রিকা, ওইখানে নামিবিয়া বলে একটি দেশ, সেখান থেকে এসছে। ও আসাম ইউনিভার্সিটিতে সোশিওলজিতে মাস্টার্স করছে। আমরা কথা বলবো লরার সঙ্গে। লরা, উই জাস্ট ওয়ান্ট টু নো ইন ভেরি ব্রিফ দ্যাট হাউ আর ইউ অ্যাট দিস পয়েন্ট ফিলিং বিং আ পার্ট অফ ইন্ডিয়া, বিং আ স্টুডেন্ট আউট হিয়ার ইন শিলচর?
Actually, I feel quite happy because I got exposure about the culture here, besides what I already heard and what I know from reading or from the news. So I got to see for myself what it's like to be here, and so many cultures are here, different ethnic groups are here. So I got that exposure and I've been loving it so far. Yeah.
Okay, Laura, so we just want to know, before coming to India, what all were you doing there? A brief about your education, if you have got any work experience out there in Namibia, please.
Okay, I did my BA from 2010 to 2013. I was doing a bachelor in psychology and sociology. So I completed in 2013, and when I completed, I was actually doing internship at a research company called National Road Safety. So here I used to do some data collection, data entry related to research. And then after that I started working in the bank, so I got the exposure to the bank as well, and it's different from what I expected after completing my studies, but I should say it was interesting to see what it's like working in the bank and working with different people. Yeah, so I have these two exposures, research and then banking as well, because I feel like for my field of study you can venture into anything. So
yes, it's sociology, right?
Yeah, sociology.
Okay, one thing, like your internship and your job experience in a bank, both of these were in Namibia itself?
Yes, in Namibia itself, in the capital city where I stay. I did both here, so I was close to home as well. Then yeah, it was easy for me to, how can I say, to manage everything there.
অলরাইট, আইল গিভ সাম ইন্ট্রোডাকশন। আমি একটু বলতে চাইছি ওর দেশের ব্যাপারে। দক্ষিণ পশ্চিম প্রান্ত আফ্রিকা একটি মহাদেশ। সেই মহাদেশ আফ্রিকার দক্ষিণ পশ্চিম প্রান্তের নামিবিয়া দেশ, ওখান থেকে লরা আসছে ইন্ডিয়াতে পড়াশোনা করতে। 2.1 মিলিয়ন পপুলেশন রয়েছে সেখানে, এবং ফিশিং, মাছ ধরার যে ব্যাপারটা, ফিশিং, তাছাড়া ট্যুরিজম, ওইসব হচ্ছে ওখানকার ওয়ান অফ দ্য মেইন অকুপেশন। তাছাড়া মাইনিংও রয়েছে। লরা, অ্যাজ আই টোল্ড মাই ভিউয়ার্স দ্যাট ইটস এ কান্ট্রি অফ 2.1 মিলিয়ন পপুলেশন, অ্যান্ড হ্যাঁ, মরুভূমি, মানে মোস্ট অফ দ্য জায়গা, মানে ওখানে লাইক মোস্ট অফ দ্য ল্যান্ড এরিয়া ইজ এ ডেজার্ট, অ্যাজ ইউ সেড। ইটস মোস্টলি ড্রাই থ্রুআউট দ্য ইয়ার অলমোস্ট। অ্যান্ড when do you have the winter and summer?
Winter starts from April up to September.
Okay, it's just opposite to what we have in India.
Very opposite. And then summer follows from December onwards. December to March, you can say, we have a summer.
Well, one more thing, as you said, we will, jump, interchangeably. Like, as you said, you did your bachelor's in sociology
And psychology.
and psychology. That's a very interesting combination. So before that, let's talk a little bit about the geography. So as you said, farming and then fishing, all these things comes under the major kind of occupations of the people out there. So what are the kind of vegetables or productions that takes place considering the weather, the climate, everything?
Yes, actually I have to say we don't produce that much vegetables and fruits, but we have like maize meal, maize.
Yes.
We do this. What else? Vegetables like carrots,
Maize is
tomatoes.
one of the main food.
Yeah, it's
All
one of
right.
our staple foods actually. And then rice we also started. In the northern part we started producing rice. And then mushrooms, we do this. Cabbage, tomatoes, all those like basic ones, no? And then fruits, I can't say much. We don't produce that much because of the condition of the weather. We don't get that much rain. So most of the time we get our fruits and the rest of the vegetables that we don't grow, we get from South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, as I said, your combination was really very interesting. Sociology, right? Sociology and psychology. So being a student of sociology and psychology, from your perspective as a student of this very interesting combination, how do you look at the psychology of the society at your place?
The psychology.
Yes.
What
How
is
do
it?
the people think of, think of their life, how to get settled, how do they look at the life, their psychology, how, obviously a student of psychology, you definitely might have looked from that perspective. So how do you look into it?
I would say that like how to say they all have the aspiration to
Grew up.
yeah, to from after doing higher secondary, then they go to university. After university they would like to get a job so that they can settle, so that they can support themselves, they can support their family. And then but then there are pressures of like after completing your bachelor, then job opportunities are not always there. Like we also have high unemployment amongst the youth. So then this is, I would say, on a psychological point of view, they become, some may become depressed, they become distressed, like because they can't find a job, and they have to depend on their parents, and many of them come from the smaller towns of the country. So then coming to the city, it's so much pressure to live, like to survive in the city.
Of course.
Yeah, so I would say some manage, they...
What are the kind of stories or the cases that you have come across in your research? You were an intern for a research organization.
Yeah.
You used to collect data,
Yeah.
right? So what are the kind of cases that you mostly, came across while your internship?
Actually, the internship I was doing was at the Road Safety Council.
Achha.
So I was dealing with accidents, a lot of accidents. So we used to just find out what kind of accidents occurred in the different parts of the country, and we had to run campaigns for this. Like, I would say many
Are
cases,
there very strict laws, traffic rules?
Yes, very strict laws. They give a lot of fines for this. Like even just wearing a seatbelt. If you're not wearing a seatbelt, you get a fine for that. If your license is expired, you'll definitely get fined for this. And then they try to control the drinking and driving problem. Like, so yeah, we have a lot of accidents in our place.
All right.
So-
So as you said, like the youths, considering both the girls and boys, they are like they are like aware of the safety. Even then, like accident is after all an accident
Yes.
takes place. And
Yes.
you said there are strict rules for traffic as well. All right, that is one part of your study. And I would just like to know about you were a student in your country. You have come across many students. So what is the what are the tendency of getting inclined towards education about the youths in your country? So is it equally for both boys and girls?
Right now, I can say yes.
Yes, it's equally.
It's
The parents, the family supports for education.
Yes.
Okay.
Because previously it was boys used to be the ones who will get to go to study. But now even the girls, they're encouraged, especially in the fields of science.
Even in terms of job after completing their studies, both
Yes.
for boys and girls?
Yes.
Okay, so if you consider it on a social point of view, is it a patriarchal society? How would you like consider that?
Yeah, I can say it's patriarchal.
Society, the boys are still like more dominant, or their voice is the main thing which
Yes.
rules actually.
Yeah.
That is definitely one part. Laura will talk about more other interesting parts. Okay, Laura, let little bit talk about the culture of your country. If you talk about the music and dance and theaters, if any, I mean, takes place in your country, how do you look at it? The cultural practices,
Cultural.
the involvement of the people, of course.
Yes, I would say they embrace their culture. Many of them do. Like we have theater, for example, where people display like how it's like in the different parts of the country, because we have several ethnic groups. So then they how to say, during their plays, then they'll
Okay, since you have mentioned that about the ethnic group, we would love to know initially, like, what are the ethnic groups in which the communities are divided in your country?
they are about 9.
See, I'll just put a small reference. Suppose you're in India, you can
Yeah.
see we have so many states,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people are communally divided as per their origin of states or community. So in your country, is it similar of what we have in India, or it's a bit different?
Yeah, it's a bit different. You have states, right?
Yes.
For us, we only have regions, like 13 regions. And then, 13 regions. And then we also have districts.
Are there different languages spoken in different
Yes, different
regions?
languages. The national language is English. Then we have another language, Afrikaans. This one came from the colonial era, so not everyone speaks this
Was it
language.
under the British colony? I mean, British colonial rule in the past?
Actually, we're first Germany colonized first, and then after that South Africa.
Can you
through-
mention the time period? If not exactly, roughly.
The time period, I can't exactly remember.
Okay, it was obviously decades ago, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And was it ever under the British colonial rule after German?
No, Britain never ruled.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It was the German who ruled.
German ruled for
Namibia.
some time, yes, and then after that, Britain gave South Africa the mandate to administer Namibia for some time
Okay.
until our independence.
So when was the independence?
In 1990, 21 March 1990.
Oh, it's not far. I mean,
Yeah, very young.
So before Namibia became independent, it was ruled by
South Africa.
South Africa.
For I can say from 1948, if I'm not mistaken.
What was the
after
capital?
Second
What was
World
the
War.
capital that time?
Oh, the capital. It was still the same that is there now, Windhoek.
Windhoek.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that the name of
So
the
you
country.
stay there in the capital city.
Yes, I live in the capital. But originally, I'm from the northeastern part of my country.
Okay, this is your origin.
Yes.
Okay, so we were talking about the culture, and of course it comes within culture. So about the ethnic groups, as you were mentioning, please.
We have. You want me to give the names or?
If you can, of course, we would love to know.
Okay, there's the one that has the majority of the people is the Ovambo, and then there's
Ovambo is a community.
yeah.
Okay.
Then there's Herero,
Herero.
and then there's Damara.
Okay.
We also still have San people.
Okay.
You know about the San people?
No, I don't. So can you just repeat the 4 names? I'll definitely forget. Yes.
We have the Oshiwambo.
Okay.
We have the Herero,
Hmm.
Damara,
Okay.
San,
Okay.
Silozi. I'm from the Silozi. group.
Silozi community.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Do you have ethnic languages apart from English? Is, as you said, the national
Yes.
languages. You have different languages.
yeah, according to the ethnic groups, and even within the ethnic groups themselves, they are again
Sub communities.
yeah.
Sub ethnic groups.
Yes, so then they are like
They're also again divided into language.
yes, definitely. But
What is the language spoken by your community in particular?
they speak Silozi.
Sorry?
We are actually the Lozi community, and we speak Silozi.
Logi is the community and Silogi is the language. Interesting.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But I can't speak.
Okay. I mean, in your region, what do the people mostly speak? English or the ethnic language that you mentioned just now? Silogi?
In my region, meaning like
Where you stay,
Where?
your locality or the, say the town or the city, whatever.
in the capital city, so many are there. So you can say all the languages are spoken here, and on top of that we have foreign people also. We have the Germans, for example, who didn't leave after the independence. They still live here, and then other people from different parts of Africa, different parts of the world. So
The German people who are still there, are they accustomed with the language and everything?
yes,
They've
but
adopted the largely
local
spoken language,
languages,
yeah?
not exactly. They prefer to speak German and Afrikaans, and then
So
some.
what do you mostly opt for? Like when you people are talking to a German, you speak in English or the local language?
Yes, we speak in English, but then most of them will speak to you in German or they'll speak in Afrikaans.
Okay, so something about the music and song and dance.
There's how to say, like, how do you, like, how to say? You want me to explain how they do the dances, or?
Yeah, the kind of music mostly sang over there and the dance. Of course, Laura will know about it in some more details. Before that, we are going for a short break. We will be back very soon. আমরা নিচ্ছি একটা ছোট্ট বিরতি। আমরা ফিরে আসছি বিরতির পর, সঙ্গে থাকুন। ফিরে এলাম বিরতির পর। আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছে লরা, সাউথ ওয়েস্টার্ন পার্ট অফ আফ্রিকার নামিবিয়া থেকে এসছে, আসাম ইউনিভার্সিটিতে সোশিওলজিতে মাস্টার্স করছে। লরা, once again welcome you. Well, we were talking about the culture of your country. So as you mentioned that yes, people, there are like different kinds of dance and song in your country. Yes. So I just want you to name the kind of regional music and dance or theater whichever are practiced by the people over there.
For music, we have so many types, like local kind of music, and like jazz, yes, many of them do this. And then also there's how to say, jazz and kwaito. Like, this is like more for the newer generation,
young generation.
They do this kind of singing and dancing, like a hip hop kind of. And what else? Yeah, these two I can remember. The others they have in their local languages, so I can't remember those.
Okay. What is the main festival? I would like to know. I mean, the main festival practiced by the people. As you said, Christianity is the largest population. Christian people are there. Apart from Christianity, what are the other religions practiced over there?
There's Islam,
and
there's Buddhism as well. There is Jewish, I think. Yeah, we have
So this one, Christmas is definitely the largely celebrated festival.
Christmas. You can say most of the Christian holidays these days are
the government holidays.
Yeah, and then also Independence, of course. This is one of the biggest festivals. And then we have.
What do you mostly do during the festival time?
During any of the festivals?
I mean, in fact, all the festivals, I would say. Well, including the festivals from different religion also, like say, as you said, Islam, Eid, or I mean the festival practiced by the Buddhist people over there. In all these festivals, how do you people celebrate? Including dance and song and of course food, everything.
Well, how to explain? For us, like the Christian holidays, we firstly we have to go to church, like to give offering and all this, and then after that usually we'll have family members come together at one home and we have lunch together, we sing some songs together, some dancing is there, and then it also depends which type of festival it is. If it's Christmas, obviously it's more
enjoyable,
and participating. But then there are those, like now during this time when it's Easter, we don't do that much dancing because it's like, how to say, this is a time when Jesus died, so we can't do the dancing and all this. So it just depends on the type of festival. But then, like, let me say, if we have this one festival, crayfish. Crayfish?
No, I don't know. Please explain us, like which time of the year it takes place.
It takes place during during summer season, from around August, like that. We have the crayfish festival where people go to the coastal area. It's like this is the time when they have the harvesting for crayfish takes place. So people will prepare different dishes of the crayfish.
Okay.
Yeah, so then there's dancing, there's singing.
This is a total celebration time.
Yes. Many people look forward to this also.
Since fishing is one of the main occupations, so
Yes.
they do it in a very great extravagant way.
Yeah.
Okay. So do the young people also take part in this festival, apart from the people who are, professionally involved in this occupation?
Definitely. Majority of the youth take part in this. Actually, like, they love to enjoy themselves, so they'll definitely
They just
be
find
involved.
chance,
Yeah.
scope to, make out some enjoyment.
Yes. And also because there are different types of things to do, like theater. It depends on the festival also. They like to be involved, so they'll maybe prepare a play or something just to show their
Youths
art.
and the elderly peoples as well?
Yes, but mostly the youth take part.
Okay.
Yeah.
During the Cray festival time or in any other festivals as well?
In any other festival.
Okay. What do you mostly do on the Independence Day? Traditionally hoisting the flag, singing the national anthem?
We have marching, like the army, the navy, like the different
parts of
they will all be marching. Actually, we every year the main event, the main celebration of independence is held in a different town. Sometimes it's in the capital, sometimes in a smaller town. So according to that, these people will be in that place, and there will be dances of the different local groups, like traditional dances. Like you asked me about dance, there's one called the Nama step. Like it's one of the ethnic groups, and it's very well known. People always look forward to this.
This is what?
Nama step.
Nama step. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then then there's after all the formalities, then it's the performances, and then after that we have meals, like in the same place they'll provide meal for everybody to eat. Yeah.
Okay, so from mill, let's go to a little bit about the agriculture and farming of your country. As fishing, you said, one of the main occupation, and farming as well. So farming, I mean, I'm sure like most of the people who stays in the rural area or the suburb areas of your country, these people are mostly involved into farming and fishing, of course.
Yes.
So what are the other kind of occupation they are involved with apart from fishing and farming, the people who stays in the rural parts of the country?
I can say in arts and crafts, like weaving. They weave baskets. They
both male and female, or mostly the females?
Mostly females.
Okay.
And then they make like sculptures out of wood, and then what else? Whatever they can make out of these, like wood, or the weaving baskets, or weaving some type of like things you can keep in the home.
Okay. Do the government provide some financial assistance, some good schemes for these people to come up to develop?
For some, yes. They try to do this. They definitely do, yeah.
So as you said, like apart from farming, fishing, they have handcrafts works.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the kind of livelihood they choose for.
Yes.
So what about the education? The people, I mean, the children who are brought up in, say, the bit lower income group of families, are they like inclined to education? Do they send their children to schools and colleges?
Yes, they send their children to schools. Like the government has made lower primary up to class 10, I think. I can't remember exactly, but they've made education free. So then this is another way for them to encourage them to send their kids to school.
This is free of cost education up to primary level.
Yeah.
Okay. And after that, you say the parents, depending on their affordability, they send their children for further education.
Yeah.
Okay. Do they come to the city areas to seek for some livelihood or get some job?
Yes,
for
definitely.
survival?
Many of them do. They come there, and sometimes like they'll be juggling between studies and working, because yes, the parents are providing, but then they also need extra income for pocket money, or just
you're talking about the struggling group about there.
Yeah, but then the middle class people, they send their kids to university. Most of them send them outside, like for studies.
Outside means outside this different city, different country?
Different country. Like many of them go to South Africa. South Africa has good universities. If not here, then like abroad, they send them abroad to other countries to study.
Some first world countries.
Yeah.
So, coming directly to you, see, you have also come to a different country to pursue your education. So, I would talk about two things. Firstly, being a student in Africa, and now you are a student in India. How? What are the differences that you can trace out in these two countries? Or like it's completely from a different continent. We are in Asia, and you have come from Africa. So, how do you look at the differences in the education system?
The education system, like for example, here there's a semester, how to say,
here, yeah, it's divided into
semesters. Yeah, for us we don't have this. It's like 1 year
yearly,
like yearly.
That is how they count.
That's one way. And then how can I say, if I have to compare like from my BA when I came here, the difference you can say like many of the students.
Well, Laura, just to interrupt you, as you talked about, like in your country, there is a system of counting the session for the entire year, not in semester. But here in India, I would say, especially in bachelor's level, yeah, there are many programs where they count it in terms of semester, and of course, there are in some in colleges and university they counted the session for a year-long session, not in terms of semester. And of course, and if you talk particularly about Assam, in which state you are now, here initially we had the system of counting the session for a year, okay, and from past few years, I mean, they have introduced the semester system in bachelor's as well. Of course, in masters it was existing, but in bachelor's it has been only few years they have introduced the semester system. Okay, so that is what it is actually. We have both systems prevailing in our country. Okay. And what are the other things? Like, see, here we have a trend, very frankly speaking, children go to university and colleges in bachelor's level, and at the same time they opt for private tuitions as well. So do the concept of private tuitions prevails in your country as well?
Private tuition, actually I'm not so clear on this one, what it entails here.
It here means apart from taking classes into university, they go for a private tutor, okay, who with some payment of money, monthly or say, I mean, weekly or fortnightly, they provide some special classes. These teachers, these private tutors might not be related to any university or any college. They may be some different individual, completely expertise in some particular subject, where students of any university or colleges go for getting some tuitions. So that is what I'm trying to mean. So do the same kind of thing prevails in your country by any chance?
Not actually. For us, I used to see some used to take tutoring, but then it was their own students, like seniors, for example, will give tutoring to the juniors like this, but not like private tuition. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So also students, they have the mostly they're involved into theoretical classes, or mostly it's practical? Which is more, theory or practical?
It's a bit hard to say, because the science-based subjects, they do a lot of practicals, and then the other do more theories. Yeah, like.
So your subjects included more of theory or practical in back in your country?
Theory. Except for psychology.
There must have been some case studies.
Yeah, case studies were there. For psychology, we used to do some practicals.
So can you share us one or two experiences of any of the special case studies that you have come across during your study period?
Actually, like how to say, like I didn't exactly have case study. We did it as a class.
Okay.
Because for me, I was doing a double major, so I don't have that privilege of going like to see, for example,
for
a
any
patient.
field work.
Yeah, field work. I didn't get to do that. But if I have to say, I got to visit one psychiatric ward, and then with the background information we had about psychological problems, I got to see in what condition they are, and how we used to have to behave with them, the kind of rooms they are given according to their condition, how they are separated, and so forth. But like one-on-one kind of, I did not have this experience.
You don't have any particular experiences?
No, because I was doing double major, so no.
Well, as you have shared your experiences about the differences that you are trying to put this semester system and the year-long system, what are the other differences that you have encountered in terms of education?
In terms of education,
of course, there might be some differences in compared to your country and the country where you are now. So, as a student, how do you look at it? Or would you suggest something about the system of education? I mean, if any changes had to be made, especially in terms of, you know, dealing with the foreign students or with anybody as a whole?
As a whole, I think I'm not actually sure what the problem is. Like, for example, for me to come here, they had to test my English. And then for students here, they have some background. They have the background of English, but because they don't practice it much, this is a problem. So if I had to suggest...
Are you talking about the students of India?
Yeah, specifically here where I am.
Okay, all right.
Because they can do better if they have that, if they get to practice the English more. Maybe if there's some tutoring class given to them, this will be helpful for them, because for us it's
you
different.
suggest that it needs to be improved.
Yes.
All right.
Because many of them get discouraged to, even like me personally, students from my department won't easily come and talk to me because they feel that their English is not good enough.
Okay,
they can't talk to me.
They you know, has got a hesitation, as you said.
So I think something in relation to that should be done, so that they can be more confident, and also
that should be taken care of. That
Yes.
is what you suggest.
Yes.
So after your bachelor's, you did your internship, you were into a bank, and after that, how did you decide to come to India for pursuing your master's?
Actually, before that, I always had the idea of studying outside, anywhere in the world actually.
Outside your country?
Yeah. And then one of my best friends, she heard about the scholarship and she encouraged me to apply, and we both applied to study, but then I got accepted. And actually I didn't expect to be taken, because I don't know, I just didn't think they would take me.
Were there other options for you apart from India at that time, or it was the only option?
No, I only applied to India.
Okay.
And then because I wasn't sure if I want to go out yet or if I still want to work, so I just applied to India. And yes, when they accepted me, my mom told me, just go ahead, don't think twice about it.
Your family was like very much courageous.
Yes.
And they supported you a lot.
Yes. So and also because I how to say, I like adventure, so I thought, why not to go, like, just
So
go
why
and
did you
try it
choose
out.
this subject? Of course you had the same in bachelor's.
Yes, I had
So
it
I
in-
mean, this was the only option for Assam University, or you
No,
were
no,
given
no.
some other options?
we were given option of selecting 3 places, and my problem is that I didn't know much about India. I didn't know which parts.
What were the other options given to you?
I selected one university in Delhi, I think, one in Delhi, one here, and then the third option I forgot.
All right.
Yeah.
So I mean, lastly you chose Assam University, and then
Actually,
was it your choice or they have provided you?
Yeah, they provided.
Okay.
Because I think according to who replied first, they arranged according to that.
According to that, the counseling takes place.
Yeah.
Okay, so some brief experience about your journey
My journey
as a student. I mean, from that perspective, of course.
yeah, my journey was, I can say it was interesting because I was all by myself, and I don't know how I did it, but coming here I was a bit fearful, like, because I had to travel alone. But then I was somehow brave, and like when I reached Kolkata especially, I wasn't sure where.
Before that, just route. I want to know the route how you traveled
the
from your
route.
country. Yes.
From my country, I went to South Africa,
South Africa,
Johannesburg, and then from there I went to Dubai.
How long it takes from your place Namibia to South Africa, Johannesburg?
It was about 1 hour, 1 hour and a half.
Okay. And then after that?
And then after that, I went to Dubai.
Dubai.
I can't remember.
The duration you can't remember.
Not exactly.
Okay.
And then I stayed there for maybe 2-3 hours. And then from Dubai, I went to Kolkata.
Kolkata, yeah.
And then Kolkata to Silchar.
Silchar.
And when I reached Silchar, actually the weather condition, I left my home when it was winter, and when I reached
It is
here,
completely
it's summer.
opposite weather.
Yeah, and then when I reached the airport, they were asking me, are you coming here for study? And somehow it made me think, like, why would you ask me this? Yes, I'm here for studies. So yeah.
Okay, Laura, we'll try know some more about your experiences as a student here, how you came, how you coped up with the difference of culture, food, language, everything. Before that, we'll be taking one more short break, and we'll be coming back very shortly. আমরা নিচ্ছি আরও একটা ছোট্ট বিরতি। আমরা আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছে লরা। আমরা আরও কিছু জানবো ভারতবর্ষে এসে আসামে এসে আসাম ইউনিভার্সিটিতে পড়তে এসে ওর কি এক্সপিরিয়েন্স রয়েছে। অবভিয়াসলি একটা ভিন্ন দেশ থেকে আরেকটা দেশে কমপ্লিটলি চলে আসা অনেক কিছু রেফারেন্সেস থেকে থাকে, ও কীভাবে এসব ওভারকাম করেছে আমরা ওর থেকে জানবো। আমরা নিচ্ছি একটা ছোট্ট বিরতি, আপনারা সঙ্গে থাকুন। ফিরে এলাম বিরতির পর। আপনাদের আবারও স্বাগত জানাই। আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছে লরা। Laura, so as you said, you came to Silchar after coming to airport. How was your experience until you reached Assam University?
Well, I have to say that I didn't know why I was being asked why I came here, because the lady was so shocked. She asked, you really came here? And I said, yes, I came for studies. And then two officials from administration block came to receive me. And the person I came with to the university was from Hindi department, one of the teachers. So he told me about the university and he just welcomed me to Assam itself. And then he dropped me at my hostel and my warden received me here. So from that time I was accommodated there, and yeah, till now I still stay there. And then I got to meet the other foreign students because they had to receive me as well. And I got to know a few things about the place itself. One of the things that really, that took my attention was the weather. Okay. Because, yeah, in my place it's also hot, but then we don't have such high humidity. So this
it's very much humid here.
Yeah, this really, it took some time to adapt to the weather condition.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And then, the people, communicating with the people here, it was difficult. And one thing I had noticed when I came, people used to stare a lot. They used to stare at me a lot. And I'm not used to this habit.
Of course, I mean, you're from a different, I should not talk racially, but of course you are from a different race, different country, everything is different, so.
Yeah, but that I didn't expect that, so that also took time to get used to.
And it's really something very awkward when people stare at you.
Very awkward.
But that's natural at the same time.
Yeah. At first I used to get mad, but then when my friends explained why it happens, and I got to understand that they don't meet people from outside that often. So I used to just smile back at them. And then communicating with people here was actually difficult because many of them, they used to tell me they don't have that background to constantly speak English with people. So I have to say this, I had to bring my level down, like just so I can understand the people, so that they can
also understand you at the same time.
Yes, so this was a major problem for me. And then the food itself.
Yes, that is very interesting part.
It took a while. Like I had to figure out what kind of food is here, what vegetables are available.
You cook by yourself, or it was provided from the hostel?
No, I cook for myself. All foreign students have to cook their own food. So this I got to do, but then also I tried some dishes from here. Like my favorite is, I like aloo paratha.
Okay.
And then
can you prepare it?
No. But I love it, yeah. And then the way they prepare the fish curry, because at home I don't do it like this. We don't do it like this. So that is, I love the fish curry. And then what else? And the sweets.
Your friends cooked for you? All these things?
My friends cooked for me. Most of my friends are Assamese, but then I have like from other Manipuri. I had one friend from Manipur. She used to prepare this, what is it called? I forgot the name of the dish, but she uses fermented fish.
Okay, I got it.
So
some boiled food, I'm sure.
Yeah, boiled food
with some dry fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she used to prepare for me like all the time.
Could you consume that? Because that's often very smelly. That's got a hard smell.
Yeah, it does, but it's tasty. Yeah, I used to enjoy her food. Actually, I enjoy the food here, only that I can't take so much spice. Or
India, obviously, I mean, taking spicy food in India, it's very common.
Yeah, I got to learn this, but then somehow when I eat with my friends, if they're cooking, they'll make sure, keep little chili so that Laura doesn't have to eat so much. And so they always adjust with me, and I adjust to them. So it has been okay for me. Otherwise, I think.
So what are the mostly, I mean, mostly preferred Indian food by you? I mean, which are the kind of foods you like or prefer?
I'm so bad with names, but like
Whatever,
I said,
whatever, however you remember.
like I said, the fish curry, the way they prepared, and also I've tasted how they prepare mutton.
Okay.
This is very tasty. And then the sweets.
Sweets, yes.
I love the sweets here, like pitha.
Oh yeah, that's a very traditional food, sweet dish. Pitha.
There's some they make out of coconut.
Yeah, coconut stuffing. They put coconut stuffing inside.
I love coconut. At home we don't have coconut, so here I used to indulge a lot in.
Yeah, here availability of coconut is quite a lot.
Yeah, and then there's the gulab
jamun. Gulab jamun. Yeah.
I love this. And what else is there? Yeah, most
some
of
other
the
sweets, rasgulla
like.
and all. These are the mostly consumed food, sweet
I
dishes.
Like all these, yeah, they're tasty. And of course the samosas.
Sorry?
Samosa.
Samosa, okay.
Yeah, I like this as well.
And the Indian tea, kind of tea we prepare with milk and a lot of sugar. The very traditional way of preparing tea.
Yeah, I actually at home I never used to take tea like this, but then here at home I don't take with milk. Okay. But then when I came here I got to drink tea with milk, and also in the small cup.
Okay, at home disposable cups.
Yeah, we drink so much tea like in the
mug size cup.
Yeah, but here I got to learn just take this much, and I got used to this culture. But it was interesting. This and what else?
Could you learn preparing any of the Indian food? Nothing yet.
Only the curries, yeah. The curries I can do, but then I want to learn before I go how to make roti and paratha and what's this? Some of the sweets. My father said you better know some of the dishes
so that you can go back home and prepare for them. Okay. Yes. Okay. Did you ever prepare any of your African food for your friends in India?
Yeah, I used to prepare because my friend from Manipur, she used to stay in my hostel. Okay. So sometimes I used to prepare and she used to taste.
So what are the dishes that you used to prepare?
Actually, mostly the pasta, because if I had to prepare her traditional dish, it would have been with maize meal. Like
okay, I mean lot of ingredients are there. You might not get those.
So this I couldn't exactly prepare, but I prepared the fish also in a different way, with flour. I used to make it with flour, and they actually used to like this. So yeah, not much that I could prepare for them, but
little bit.
Yeah,
okay,
I tried.
So apart from you said language and then food, I would love to know about some of your experiences in taking part into Indian festivals.
Wow, there's so many festivals I got to know.
Yes, there are indeed so many festivals.
Yeah, but this was also interesting because I got to see for the different cultural groups, like some festivals all take part, or sometimes it's for a particular group. And like the one I mostly got exposed to was the Bihu.
Bihu, yeah, it's the main festival of Assam.
Yeah, so Bihu I participated with my friends. We danced.
You danced Bihu, the traditional dance?
Yes, I danced Bihu. And
did you try the traditional Assamese costume?
Yeah, I wore
mekhala.
I wore the mekhala.
Okay.
And there was also a program once I attended. I got to wear. We performed for audience.
Okay.
But then also amongst my friends, I got to just enjoy with them dancing. Like the whole night we just danced, and you don't even realize.
Bihu.
Yeah, this was very interesting. Bihu, and then
Bihu seems to be very memorable for you.
It's very memorable, yes. And then I didn't.
And what did you do it during Christmas, your festival? You definitely might have been missing home a lot.
Yeah,
so what all you did here?
The first Christmas I went to Demaji with my friend, and they don't really celebrate it the way we do. But when her family got to know
they were Christians?
No, they're not Christian. They're actually Hindu.
Okay.
But then because of me, they celebrated the whole
we have
night.
churches in most of the places.
So I got to do that, and then this last Christmas I went to Namdailom.
Okay.
It's just close by. So I went here. They are Christian. I attended church with my friend, and then they don't celebrate as much either, but mostly this going to church, singing, and then having lunch. This we did for Christmas. Yeah.
So that's what you did. Okay, so I'm almost coming to the end of my program. So we have come to know a lot of things from you about your country, of course, and your experiences as a student in India. Of course, about the education system, as you said, both girls and boys are equally getting exposure towards education. I would be talking to my viewers some more details. আমরা লরার সঙ্গে এতক্ষণ কথা বললাম, আমরা অনেক কিছুই জানলাম ওর দেশের ব্যাপারে এবং ওর একটা এখানে ভারতবর্ষে এসে একটা ছাত্রী হিসেবে ওর যে এক্সপিরিয়েন্সেসগুলো ও বললো ওদের এখানে যেরকম ফিশিং, ফার্মিং এসব মেন অকুপেশন রয়েছে। তাছাড়া ওখানে মোস্ট অফ দ্য টাইম অফ দ্য ইয়ার বেশিরভাগ সময় ওখানে সামার থাকে, গরমকাল থেকে থাকে, তো বৃষ্টিটা কম হয়। অ্যাজ ইউ সেড, আই মিন ইট হার্ডলি রেইনস ইন ইয়োর কান্ট্রি। হ্যাঁ, এবং ওখানকার ছেলেরা মেয়েরা সবাই পড়াশুনো করে থাকে এবং ছেলে মেয়ের মধ্যে খুব একটা ডিফারেন্স এক্সিস্ট করে না। অ্যাজ ইউ সেড, লাইক both the boys and girls are equally exposed towards education. I mean there is no such gender discrimination done as such. সো এইসব জিনিস এবং ওর যে এক্সপিরিয়েন্স ভারতবর্ষে এসে খাবার দাবার ওর কী কী খাওয়ার পছন্দ যেটাও বললো, চায় যে এখান থেকে কিছু রান্না শিখে যাতে ও যায় এবং বাড়িতে গিয়ে সবাইকে করে খাওয়াতে পারে। অ্যাজ ইউ সেড about talked about the foods that you liked in India and you want to learn some of the dishes so that you can prepare at home when you go back. And of course, Laura, we would love to know what are your next plans for future?
Actually, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do next, but I'll try to get a job at home, or if possibly outside. I would actually love to get outside.
By any chance, are you looking forward in India itself for any higher studies or any job?
Yes, I wouldn't mind coming back here for work or even for studies. My teacher has been encouraging me, my friends as well. They want me to stay here for some time. So I wouldn't mind actually working here because I see there's a lot of potential as well in relation to my field of study, because like I want to venture into development, like community development, that kind of work. I would like to do that, social development if I can call it that. So yeah, I'll try to get work here. If not, then definitely at home I'll work,
at least in India or anywhere in the country.
যেটা
লরা আমাদেরকে বললো, ও পড়াশোনা শেষ করে অবশ্যই বাড়ি ফিরে যাবে এবং তারপরে যদিও আবারও ভারতবর্ষে ফিরে আসার সুযোগ পায় চাকরি সূত্রে কিংবা আরও পড়াশোনা করার জন্য, সে আসতে রাজি হবে, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই, সে খুশি। তার বন্ধু বান্ধব সবাই চায় যে লরা আরও কিছুদিন ভারতবর্ষে আমাদের সবার সঙ্গে থাকুক। লরা, উই উইশ ইউ অল দ্য সাকসেস ইন ইয়োর এন্ডেভার। আমরা অনেক অনেক সাফল্যতা ওর জন্য কামনা করছি। We wish you all the success, of course, from our channel, and I again thank you from the core of my heart for being a part of this program, for giving us your precious time. All the very best. Keep smiling.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Namaskar, bhalo thakben, abarো দেখা হবে।